gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. As the NXT Takeover Road to San Antonio continues, we have the NXT Takeover shortest title matches. These are the 10 shortest NXT, either NXT title, women's title, or tag titles in the history of NXT Takeover. Number 10, the match lasted 12 minutes and 12 seconds at Our Evolution. NXT Women's title, Charlotte versus Sasha Banks. Charlotte retaining her title. Number 9, in a Fatal 4-Way pay-per-view, Fatal 4-Way takeover, a 10-minute and 40-second NXT Women's title match in which Charlotte versus Bayley. Charlotte retained her title. Next, from Brooklyn, the first Brooklyn, NXT tag titles, in a 10-minute and 16-second match, we had champions Blake and Murphy versus the Von Villains, in which the Von Villains became new NXT Tag Team Champions. Number 7 on our list, in 9 minutes and 12 seconds, we had from TakeOver The End, the NXT Women's title. We had challenger Nia Jax versus champion Asuka, and Asuka continued her undefeated winning streak by retaining the women's title in only 9 minutes and 12 seconds. At Unstoppable, the NXT tag titles, we had Enzo Amore and Big Cass versus the champions Wesley Blake and Murphy. And they retained their titles in a matter of 8 minutes and 50 seconds. That brings us to number 5 on our list from Rival NXT Takeover. NXT tag titles, we had the same champions, Blake and Murphy, versus the Lucha Dragons, in which the Blake and Murphy retained their NXT tag titles in only 8 minutes and 10 seconds. At TakeOver Fatal 4-Way, the NXT tag titles on the line, we had champion The Ascension versus the Lucha Dragons, Kalisto and Sin Cara. And the Lucha Dragons became NXT Tag Team Champions in only a mere 7 minutes and 48 seconds. Number 3 on our list, coming from Our Evolution, the NXT Tag titles on the line, we had the Von Villains challenging the champions, the Lucha Dragons. And in 6 minutes and 40 seconds, the Lucha Dragons retained their titles. And number 2, from NXT Arrival, the NXT Tag titles on the line, we have, this is the very first NXT show, so the very first NXT tag titles on an NXT Takeover. We had the team of Too Cool, Scotty Too Hottie, and Brian Christopher going against the Ascension, at the reigning and current, at that time, NXT Tag Team Champions. They beat them in a mere 6 minutes and 40 seconds. And the shortest match in NXT Takeover history, title, NXT Takeover with a title on the line, shortest title match in history, was from NXT Takeover, which I believe was the third Takeover show. The tag titles, we had Kalisto and El Loco versus the champions, The Ascension, and in dominating fashion in 6 minutes and 18 seconds, The Ascension retained their tag titles. As you see these top 10 takeovers, you will see there's a lot of NXT tag matches that were short in the first half of the takeovers. In the second half of the takeovers, some of the top 10 overall matches are tag matches. So the tag division went from here to here because of a couple teams. The Revival and DIY, Enzo and Cass had a lot to do with that, and American Alpha had a lot to do with that. So stay tuned for more videos from Robert Sports Show, NXT Takeover, Road to San Antonio, and stay tuned to Robert Sports Show for the road to the Royal Rumble. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show. Don't just have a great night, have a spiffy night. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.